Twitter, YouTube, and all those good joints. It's Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I'm back to do just that. Yeah, did y'all miss me? Y'all miss me? I know I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm late. But I see I got 25 people watching at this point. Yeah, I guess the other ones was like, oh man, Kev is gone. They finally got to him. They finally got to him. But no, they didn't get to me. My job got to me. Yeah, but actually they did get to me. They did get to me because see, if YouTube want to start playing around with my channel, I wouldn't have to go out and working 9 to 5, just a way to make a living. But I gotta do what I gotta do until times get better with you, funky tube. That's right. They get off my back cause I'm black. Got me down cause I'm brown. Yeah, man. So it was a long day yesterday. Oh my gosh. Telling you. I came to the crib. I was like, can't. Couldn't even say the whole sentence. You know, it wasn't one of those, man, I can't even do the show tonight. It was just can't. You ever been like so distressed that you're using the minimum amount of words? Must eat food. Yeah, no feelings. No time for that. You're stressed out. So I was like, can't. Then today had a serious job way up in Cleveland and didn't get home until late. Everything that could go wrong was going wrong, you know. And here I am. I'm late, but I'm here. So it's better late than never. So hopefully you'll be able to appreciate my presence. And those that might have just assumed I wasn't doing a live show tonight, hopefully they'll catch it tomorrow or get a late notification and join the show as we go. Now, if you would do me a kind favor and hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all of my social media platforms. And this number right here, if you text MAGA to this number, 330-974-4607, then just in case something drastic happened, meaning I'm gone for like 3, 4, 5 days, then I'll be able to at least connect with y'all and say, hey, y'all, come get me. Also, don't forget I do a monthly fundraiser, which the link right now, I think it expired, but I still got a Cash App and a PayPal link right below the video that you can go ahead and support the channel through that. And then as we get into this, you'll see that I also have a Kevin's Corner store where you can get all kind of stuff to support the channel. Now, Gizmo, I need you to go somewhere because you up here walking around under there. You mess around and pull everything apart. Then be looking up at me like, what I do? What I do? Don't beat me in front of the people. Yeah, see. So please check out that show and you can get Gizmo. You can get Gizmo too. He got some merch inside the store as well. So now with that being said, oh, and if anybody out there know how I can find out the information about Trump's rally in Atlanta on, I believe, April 27th, but I can't find it online. Now, maybe this little trial that they're trying to pull might have messed it up because I know this trial is supposed to last, 3 weeks or whatever. But if anybody got some intel or a link that I can go to, I'm looking into going down there, but I can't find it online. And I used to be able to just type in Trump's upcoming rallies and a whole list come up. Now it's like, searching for a needle in a haystack. But let me go ahead and get loose. Can y'all hear me? I'm assuming y'all can. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some kings in the building. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man, some gorillas in here. So yeah, and the bad part about this, guys, there's so much going on, and I have so many clips to talk about and so many clips to, of course, break down, dissect, chop up, and put into the storyboard that I couldn't even do it service. I mean, I'm sitting there. It's hard to even put together a live stream with so much great material out there. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to go ahead and chop it down to this, get this out the way, and then go ahead and, try to play catch up. So I'm going to do the best that I could do without, having the show be 8 hours long, because that's how much material is out there and all the craziness that we could be talking about. But I won't do y'all that way. I won't put y'all through that. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and get into what's going on. Starting off with creepy on the campaign trail, y'all. Yeah, man, they done let that skeleton out. He's on the campaign trail trying to compete with Donald Trump. Let's see how it's all going, y'all. Oh, yeah. What's this?
The laws are right. The whole world is watching this New York legal system. This is all really election interference at the highest level. It all comes out of Washington because they're losing badly. You know they're losing.
All right.
Well, look at that. That's Donald Trump right there. But instead of being out on the campaign trail, Creepy's friends, Creepy and the Creepettes, they got him jammed up on some trumped up charges, no pun intended, up there in Manhattan or somewhere. So what does Trump do? Turned it into a positive. He's like, you know what, let me go out there and mingle with the people. So it looks like Trump done said, I'm going to take this bad situation and flip it upside down, go out there and mingle with the people. I'm sure up there in New York, they're probably throwing eggs at him, calling him a white nationalist and telling him to go back, down to Florida. We don't want your kind up here.
Badly, you do know that. They're losing badly in the polls. And I think you're going to see some numbers coming out now, even higher. People don't like the persecution. They don't like what's going on. They don't like these fake prosecutors. Deranged Jack Smith, the whole group of them. And I think you're going to see some big changes being made.
Now, wait a minute. Why am I not hearing Free Palestine in the background? Why am I hearing them, singing all kind of patriotic songs and things in the background? I don't understand. Isn't that New York? Yeah, they're supposed to all be down with fascism and hate the United States. But for some reason, as I look into that crowd of a lot of minorities, they appear to be patriotic and excited to see President Trump. Wow. I bet you the media is not going to like this. I bet you they was expecting crickets. I bet you they was expecting everybody like, man, I ain't gonna go out there and support this dude. I mean, look at that. He done have 4 indictments. He done had all these charges. I mean, why would I support a president that's already on trial and stuff for criminal charges and stuff like that? It's obvious that he's guilty of something.
You know what we're going to be doing, right? We're going to be saving America.
Oh, that's why. That's why they out there. Because they realize America needs saving. Now, isn't that interesting? It only took 3.5 years for a lot of folks to realize that. Now, I knew it. I knew it soon as they swiped that last election right out from underneath us. I said, uh-oh, America needs saving. Heavenly Father, anointeth Trump once more to lead our country back to greatness. See, when you do the Bible, you got to put the TH on everything. Liketh, reigneth, and all of that stuff. Use trumpeth to please bring us back to greatness. So let's continue.
Our country is under siege
by our own people. Hey, what do you got to say for that, Mukatu? And that's the guy from Zoolander that I say always be coming out to help Joe Biden. Yeah, Todd right there, Mukatu. Let's see what he says.
He's absolutely right.
He is absolutely right. And we all have to trust Mukatu. So now, here we have Trump makes campaign stop at Hamilton Heights bodega after court. You would have thought he would have went home and cried. You'd have thought he went back to his hotel room, put his face in the pillow. Why are they doing this to me? Start beating the pillow and all of that stuff. Melania trying to comfort him. Get away from me. So let's see what he did right after court. What? Woo-wee! And he's supposed to be in unfriendly territory, y'all. Look at that. Soon as he got out that car, yay! Now see, that's the Trump effect. You can't fake that. You can't duplicate that. See, that's why they hate this dude. He just has it. He has it. What does he have? It. You think if crooked Hillary would have got out of her truck, they would have went, yay! No, nobody did that for her. Nobody is doing that for Creepy. So we want to compare the two. That's what we want to do. So now he's in unfriendly territory up there in New York. And listen to these cheers. Wow. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. What? Oh. Yeah. What? Say what? Don't stop. Get it. 4 more years. Look at that. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see if I can spot Bob or somebody. And then, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of salt and pepper in that crowd. Salt and pepper's here. So it doesn't look like any white nationalists are in there. Lots of Latinos. See some blacks. Yeah, that's interesting. Because the rumor is that all blacks and all Latinos hate Trump because he's going to exterminate the Latinos and, of course, suppress black folks from being able to vote, possibly even send them back to Africa. Who knows? Who knows what he's capable of doing when he's supposed to be this dictator who hates all minorities? There you go. But they just love him for some reason. Wow. Talking to, whoa. Now, did he just walk straight up to the press? Where's Trump's notes? Wait a minute. Why is Trump not walking up to like, okay, wait a minute. They told me, wait a second. They told me to call on, hold on. Am I allowed to call on some, okay, wait a minute. All right. The first part, wait, it's upside down. Okay, wait, which way do I do it? Is it sideways or upright? Okay. From New York Times. Yeah, why isn't he doing that? Why isn't Trump doing that? Why is he not selectively picking who he could talk to and what they can ask and all of that? He just walked straight up.
Hush up, boy.
You know that Joe Biden watching this and all of the fake news, they all want to say that. Hush up, boy. This right here is beautiful PR. I mean, you get a Hispanic or maybe even mixed young boy who, I love you, Trump. Beautiful. Beautiful. You would think that the news would say, now look at that. Maybe we've misjudged Trump. Maybe all blacks and Latinos don't hate him. So instead of doing that, instead of being able to recognize that Trump is loved by many people of color and all of that, they just seem to ignore all these wonderful clips. Why would they do that? Selectively? Are they selectively picking the clips that they want to show everybody? Because it's important for them to keep the narrative that no black folks, no Latinos like Trump. Yeah, they can't be showing stuff like that. Now imagine if a little kid said, I love you, creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. They would show that 24 hours a day. All over the place, but you don't see the kids saying that to Joe. You see him looking at Joe, cringing, scared. Is that a sniff monster coming towards me? Sniff monster, save me, Mom, from Snuffleupagus. So let's continue seeing all of these white nationalists praise Trump up in New York. Oh, the little kids set it off. What? Yeah.
Thank you very much. He's a good person.
He's gonna call for
I know him very well. Thank you. Thank you, fellas. Great job. Thank you very much.
Great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, fellas.
Yeah. I'm out of these 5,000 G's.
I think it's good for the community to see that he's showing up, you know.
Now, how in the world did they get this white nationalist to look like this? How did they disguise her? Wow. That's man, she's a great impressionist. She got the accent down and she done went ahead and is that face paint? I'm not sure. Maybe it's face paint. Let's see how she responds. See if she can stay in character pretending to be a Latino woman.
And I've never seen Trump come to like a community like this. So it shows a lot, and I appreciate him doing that and showing the community that he's there to make things better.
No, get that out of there. Get that out of there if you MSNBC, CNN. We can't have folks out there up here, Latinos and saying it's good for Trump to, he comes to the community and everything like that. Man, you know what would be a black eye if Trump wins a couple of these Democrat cities or states? Oh, that would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. So yeah, let's go ahead and see. Let me get my camera, everybody. To wait. Here in Kevin's Corner, we like to be fair and balanced. We like to be fair and balanced. So that was Trump today on the campaign trail. A warm welcome in New York after being harassed in court all day for unnecessary charges. Now, back to the studio. Let's go ahead and check in and see what's going on in the creepy camp. Let's go over to the creepy camp and see what's going on.
The next day.
President Biden stops at Pittsburgh area, Sheetz. I go to Sheetz all the time to buy sandwiches. Oh, God. For construction workers. Why do you think he did this? Any guesses? Could it be the wonderful PR that Trump had when he walked down into that Chick-fil-A and start buying milkshakes? Because Trump's milkshakes brings all the blacks in the yard and they're like, it's better than yours. So Creepy gonna try to duplicate that. Anything Trump can do, I can do later. So it's not better, it's later. Yeah, what? Trump's going down to the border. I'm on my way to after 3 years. Wait, Trump visited East Palestine. I better go after a year. So now Trump goes, has a wonderful PR situation down in Atlanta. Then he comes down, do some street work, some evangelism out there in New York. So Creepy like, you know what? I think I can do the same thing. So now this is very obvious. He's trying to make it appear that he's connecting with the working class hard men and women, the ones that he put out of jobs, the ones, that he cares nothing about. So let's go ahead and see how his event went. Yeah. Go on in there.
And after talking with the steelworkers and other supporters on his way back to the airport, the president made a stop at Sheetz in Moon Township.
Be careful how hard you squeeze that arm. You might snap it. Gotta be careful, brother. Yeah, look at it. Oh, kids! And nobody told me they was gonna have. No wonder they got me in here. I knew I smelled kids. It's the only way they can get me in here. Joe, we have kids in there. What kids? I'm on my way. So now here's Joe showing up and looking at him. Never seen him so gleeful when he looked down and saw that child hair. Can I have her? No. Get out of here. Oh, well, I better go and pretend that I like people. Yep. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They better go ahead, and I think it's beyond repair right about now, Joe's hair. They done stitched in as much as they can. Sheets, he might want to go with the full-blown toupee. I mean, that man got a see-through hair style right there. I shouldn't be able to see your scalp if you got hair on it. But hey, I can see the scalp, so they're not doing the job. He needs to fire whoever is putting that fake hair in. Oh, yeah, look at the people. They're crowding him. They're flooding him. What?
Don't jump.
What was that?
Okay, that was weird.
It sure was. See, because he can't do what Trump can do. Anything Trump can do, I can do later. So now he goes in there, and I guess somebody yelled out a question. And his answer was no, and don't jump. You would have been better off walking out and not answering anything. Nobody knows what that means. There's nothing to jump off of. I mean, at least at the rallies when he used that same line, he looks up on the balcony and he makes the reference. Don't jump. For some reason, he thinks that's funny. But now you're on level ground. What the heck was that? Don't jump. That's how he answers serious questions. Now we know we're in good hands, guys. We know we're in good hands. I mean, that man is able to stop right there on a dime. Say, what you want to know? What you want to know? Oh, you want to know about Xi Jinping? You want to know about Israel? You want to know about hey, fire him at me. Okay, first question. Oh, I'm just randomly picking. You know what? The answer to that is don't jump. All right, next. Well, you want to know about what's going on with our trade deals and stuff like that? And the border. Okay, here's one for you. Hush up, boy. All right, the next. Anybody else? Yeah. That guy right there is supposed to be running our country. And look at all the love he got at that Sheetz.
President Trump, you're holding large rallies with crowds packed together, thousands of people. Outside, yes, sir. Agreed. Vice President Biden, you are holding much smaller events with
nobody will show up.
People with
What's true? Nobody shows up to his event.
Oh, Trump, you and your candidness. You and your frankness. I love it. I love it. Tell the truth and shame the devil. So you see that fake smile right there? Uncomfortableness. Yeah, he's on to me. Oh, well, that Trump, I tell you, he's able to see right through me. So Trump calls it out because nobody would show up. We all knew it. But see, they had to cover that mess up by saying, now look at Joe Biden. He's following the rules. He's keeping everybody safe by sitting in that basement and then having little powwows with the media spread out, all 13 of them.
All right. In any case,
If you could get the crowds, you would have done the same thing. But you can't. Nobody cares.
gentlemen, can we move on to the economy? Gentlemen, can we move on to the
Nobody
economy?
cares.
Hey, everyone.
You see his buddy try to come in and save him? Gentlemen, all right. I didn't expect Trump to embarrass him like that. They told me to protect Joe. So come on, gentlemen, stop. Hey, Trump, shut up. Leave him alone, okay? I'm here to protect him. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Yeah, that's why he got fired at CNN. But wait a minute, what's this?
I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Oh, here comes Joe Biden's husband. I'm expecting to see Jill. Okay.
And I made it clear to Israelis,
Okay.
don't move on Haifa.
Who is
It's just not, I mean, anyway.
Oh, there's the anyway. There's the anyway. You know that is Joe's parachute. The rapid blinks. You see him going through the channels? Yeah, right there. Them eyes were searching for the words to say. I told him, don't. You know what? I'm out of data. Anyway, there it is. Remember, the way you want to get something done is you want to, you know what? Anyway, there it is. That's the way you get things done. Any old way will do. So now you see that guy? First of all, he makes a reference to a country or city, rather, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, let's see what he's talking about here.
I just, look what we did.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. He is done. Pulled a fire alarm, try to get him out of there. Something. Yeah. So now he tries to change the channel. Look what we did somewhere. We did something.
Recently, when Israel was attacked. And I made it clear to Israelis, don't move on Haifa.
Oh, Haifa. Where's that at? Because obviously Joe's very brush on all of the geography of all of these foreign countries. Because, see, you know, he has more foreign relations experience than pretty much anybody. So here we go. And he's very sharp. And yes, that little, question and answer that he messed up when he was with her. And he was asking about his son and all that stuff. No. They embellished. They were just trying to embarrass Joe. His mind is together, man. So let's go ahead and find out where Haifa is.
You made me do this.
Oh, he did. Okay, so let's see. Where is Haifa located? Uh-oh, Israel? What? So Joe don't want them to go into their own area? What kind of nonsense is this? Nobody corrected him. Where's Black A Drop? Where's Peter Ducey? I need him to be like, yesterday the president said that he told Israel not to go into Haifa. Haifa's in Israel. Could you tell me why the president said that if he's so mentally sound? Peter, how many times I have to say it? Haifa was on top of mine. It was on top of mine. See, there's nothing, odd about it being on top of mine. It was on top of mine. That's all she could do. Just go with the on top of my narrative. That's it. So there it is. Yeah, all right. And, is that it? Oh. Whoa. Bing.
Haifa, a city in Israel.
Got another one wrong, guys. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. So now, here we go again. Joe is on the campaign trail, trying to woo the people, encourage them to come out and vote, as he's being harassed by crowds of people trying to get his autograph and take pictures with him. He could barely withstand it. I can see all the people in the background trying to, or are those cars? Those are just vehicles. Okay. All right. So, well, he's out here now, about to tell us an inspiring story, y'all, to motivate us to go to the polls.
He was shot down. He was an Army Air Corps.
Somebody was shot
before
down?
there was an Air Force. He got shot down in an area where there were a a lot of cannibals.
Cannibals? Wait a minute, this story's getting out of control. Getting out of control. So let me understand now, because once again, guys, when you're listening to a Democrat, you'll walk away with nothing. You'll walk away with fragments and not even be able to recall what it was about. So now he's talking about his uncle who was shot down, I guess, during the war, and now cannibals. So let's go ahead and run this out, play it out. Hey, Kev, yo, man, was you checking out the news the other day? What was Joe Biden talking about? Man, dude, it was, let me think. All right, there was some cannibals, maybe some pygmies, maybe, I don't know. There was an airplane. Somebody died in the airplane, and the cannibals ate the airplane. No, wait, the cannibals ate the dead bodies. You know what? Something about some cannibals and an airplane. That's it. Joe was in an airplane and got shot down and swam all the way to shore while the rest of them got eaten by cannibals. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Well, what was the moral of it? You know what? Cannibals eat airplanes. That's what you got to come to. I mean, you don't even know. So let's go ahead and see what the heck this cannibal story got to do with anything.
They never recovered his body.
Only a little problem. His uncle's plane, in which he was a passenger, didn't crash in New Guinea.
More or
and
less.
it wasn't shot down. According to official military records, states the aircraft plunged into the Pacific. Pentagon records state, for unknown reasons, this plane was forced to ditch in the ocean off the north coast of New Guinea. Both engines failed at low altitude and the aircraft's nose hit the water hard. The three men failed to emerge from the sinking wreck and were lost in the crash. One crew member survived and was rescued by a passing barge. But
not another lie from Biden. Oh, no, Joe. Nobody told him not to tell that story. So he told the story when he got off the plane, right? Somebody should have pulled him over to the side, grabbed him by the collar. Get over here. Get over. What did we tell you about making stuff up, Joe? What did we tell you about that? Now, we're trying to keep the people from realizing you crazy, okay? We're trying. You're making it hard for us, Joe. You're making it real hard. Do we have to put our hands on? You want the chocolate chip, don't you? You want, yes, I do. All right, we'll give you one sniff and a couple pieces of chocolate chip if you just stop telling lies. Okay, I'm on it. So what does Joe do?
But not according to the president, who, for reasons no one can explain, has begun spinning this bizarre variation to the story where the plane is shut down, his uncle is consumed by man-eating primitives, and he's so taken by this fantasy tale that he's repeated it twice? In 24 hours.
Oh, no chocolate chip for Joe. No sniff. So he's back out there trying to inspire these people. And what does he do? Ran it back. The brain is like, oh, no, they told me not to tell something. I better go ahead and tell the story about my uncle that was shot down in a plane. That's a safe one to tell. So here we go.
Uncle, they called him Ambrose, they called him Bosie. My Uncle Bosie was a hell of an athlete.
Now, first of all, his storytelling style is horrible. I mean, come on, Joe. A bunch of shite. Exactly. If I'm listening to that story, I'm nodding. Right about now, I'm coming up out of one of these. Oh, what? Something about Uncle. So he sounds like he's telling a bedtime story and trying to put us all to sleep. Uncle Bosie shot down in the airplane. So maybe we can turn the volume up and hear him.
Tell me when he was a kid. And he became an Army Air Corps before the Air Force came along. He flew those single-engine planes as reconnaissance over war zones. They got shot down in New Guinea, and they never found the body because there used to be a lot of cannibals for real in that part of New Guinea.
Now I'm waiting for the New Guinea people to come out and be like, we're offended by this story the creepy's telling about us. We don't eat people. Where are they? Isn't that right there stereotyping all the Guineans? I don't understand how he's able to get away with this. Joe Biden just swarping down Guineans eat people. See, if that was Trump, that's what they would have said. Trump says Guineans eat people. That would have been the whole story. Yeah, Trump says. So now he makes up a story. Nobody on the left comes out and, number one, checks him and says it's a lie. That's the first thing. Because you know they would have did all of that. Soon as it would have, they'd have been doing it real time while Trump was telling the story. All right, somebody find out what Eugenia is. Where is it? Okay, all right, you got that. Now, let's go ahead and cross-reference that. Put it in a database of Trump lies. I want to see what they would have got to the bottom of that before he ended his statement. We like to go ahead and make sure the people know that Trump just lied about Eugenia and them eating people. And his uncle, he never even had an uncle that flew a plane. And so this man, full-blown, made up a story. Not even close. And nobody says nothing.
Bizarre, but it wasn't the only bizarre story Biden has told in the past couple of days.
What?
So yesterday he was in his hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
And let's listen.
He went back to his roots, y'all. Wait, I thought his roots was the black church. No, he ain't go back to the black church where he was raised. Or what about to the Puerto Rican neighborhood? He was raised there too. The Jewish one? Which one of the neighborhoods is he going back to? That's what I want to know.
Listen to this little tale and see if you can follow what in God's name the president is trying to convey here.
Okay, so
I showed up at the off-year convention, and I was in the motel after the local motel, getting changed after the afternoon session, go back to the evening session. I'd come down with some young activists, a little older than me, but still young activists, who were involved in trying to reform the party.
I'm good.
And I was in one of those 8x10 bathrooms, they have shower, toilet, and a sink. And I got a towel on me and shaving cream, and I heard bam, bam, bam at my door.
Okay, wait a minute.
Loudly.
Okay, man, what was Joe talking about? All right, there's something about Bam Bam. The Fred Flintstone was in a hotel, and I think Fred was banging on the door, and Bam Bam was naked. And was it Fred? Fred was, what's Fred for Barney? There's Barney, and then there was the Dino. Dino ran out with a bath towel, and then the Mexican lady that was cleaning saw Dino run. She said, "There's no dogs allowed in the hotels." And then the Bam Bam ran after the Dino, and something like that happened. And then the rest I slept through. That's what it sounds like. This dude, nobody is able to walk away and break this story down.
And what the hell is that? I thought it was this guy, Bob Cunningham, on a radio show, and a couple other guys. So I said,
okay, wait, and then there was Bob Hope. Somehow Bob Hope came in to chase Dino. Okay, so let's continue.
Okay, guy. When you drive around...
Wait a minute, hold on, I'm sorry. I don't want to mess up the story. I want to get it accurate. Hold
he was
on.
in his hometown of Scranton,
Let me try it again. I got to stay awake.
And let's listen to this little tale and see if you can follow what in God's name the president is trying to convey.
Come on, kick in.
I showed up at the off-year convention.
Okay.
And I was in the motel, after the local motel, getting changed after the afternoon session. Go back.
So Joe was butt naked. He was somewhere butt naked in a cheap hotel. I got that part. Okay, so here we go.
Evening session. I'd come down with some young activists.
He came down with a young actor, okay, a young actress, and as he was butt naked, so he had a towel on with a young actress. See, that's what the fake news would hear. If it was Trump telling this story, let's continue.
A little older than me, but still young.
And the actress was older than Joe, so she was like 107. Okay, so we had Joe naked in a cheap hotel, coming down with an old actress. Okay, I got that part. Let's continue. Here we go.
Young activists who were involved in trying to reform the party.
So the actress was involved in trying to reform her panties. No, wait. Okay, I'm all mixed up, but hey, I'm trying to piece it together. Here we go.
And I was in one of those 8x10 bathrooms, that.
So he was stuck in a bathroom after doing something crazy and bizarre. So the actress and Joe was in the bathroom stuck together. I think, and they had to come in with hot water and throw it on them to separate them. Okay, so we got that. Him and the old actress was in the bathroom and it was too small, so they had to throw hot water to separate them. Okay, here we go.
They have shower, toilet, and a sink. And
he slipped in the shower, hit his head on the toilet, and fell into the sink. Okay, let's continue.
I got a towel on me and shaving cream, and
And then he slipped right there and they start popping him with a towel to wake him up. Okay, and doused him with shaving cream. Okay, so here we go.
Bam, bam, bam.
Then Bam Bam showed up and started banging on the door, saying, "What's going on in there?" Okay, all right, so let's continue.
Door, really loudly. And what the hell is that? I thought it was this guy, Bob Cunningham.
And then he went to hell. So Joe went to hell after Bam Bam bust down the door. And then he thought it was Bob Hope in hell. So he met Bob Hope in hell.
Cunningham on a radio show and a couple of the guys.
So Bob Hope was doing a radio show in hell I got that part. Everybody okay? You still clear? Everybody okay? So Bob Hope's now doing a radio show in hell?
Says, okay, guy.
When you drive around the...
Okay. I think I got it all right. What do y'all think? Was I close? Was I close? It's unbelievable. By the way, I made all of that up off the top of my head. So now, let's continue. So now, wait. What is Joe talking about now? Here we go.
area, you see a lot of Trump signs, not very many Biden signs. Do you feel like you're in trouble here?
Yes!
You haven't been driving in the right places, pal.
Oh, God. Boy, I tell you, man. So, somebody said they just found my channel and they're laughing. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad I can put a smile on your face. That's my goal. Well, putting one on my own face so as I laugh at my own stupid jokes. Now, did you all hear Joe? You've been looking in the wrong place, pal. So where do we got to go to find Joe, signs and stuff like that? Can you tell us, Joe? Where's a concentration of Joe Biden and Harris signs in the yards? Anybody? Nobody? See, because I ride all over Ohio in the truck as we're delivering and dropping off and loading drywall everywhere. And the only signs I see is either Trump 2024 or F Joe Biden. Those are the signs that I see. I am yet to see a Biden-Harris sign. So what is Joe talking about? Yeah, it hurt soon as the guy said it. Yeah, we see a lot of Trump signs. Are you worried about that? No, you're looking in the wrong place.
I've never thought I'd see a sign when I'm going through a neighborhood or
Man, this dude sounds like he is seconds away from death. Seconds. Good grief. Man, I'm surprised he don't have the full-blown ventilator right about now. Because it sounds like he got a built-in one in his throat. He's talking, I was riding through the other day and I never thought I'd see the signs on the road. Boy, he's in bad shape. I'm telling you. Yeah, they're in the back with the paddles. Like any second now, guys. Ready? Be prepared to run out there and clear.
A rural town in the West or something to see big signs that have a Trump sign in the middle that says F Biden.
I don't see what the problem is. I don't see. You brought that on yourself, Joe. You brought all those F Bidens on yourself. You brought them down. They rained down on your head. All of those F Joe Bidens and boop, boop, boop. It's raining F Joe Bidens. Yeah, that's what he gets. Brought it all on himself.
Having a little kid standing with his middle finger, 7 years old, 8 years old.
Well, I haven't seen that. I'm just saying. So, I mean, but as you sit there and whisper through your speech, 8 years old, the kids and stuff.
Oh, I promise it happens all the time.
All the
It's
time.
not who we are.
Oh, that's who we are. Say what? That's right. Yeah. 4 more years. 4 more years. Look at the people. Oh, look at them reaching. Reaching for Joe. Reaching. I mean, for Trump. You think they would do that for Joe? No, they wouldn't do that for Joe. So therefore, Joe has to send in the clowns. Send in the clowns. Oh, it. He sent in it. So that's a clown for you right there. Bozo. That big round clown face. That round clown face with that dangling clown wig and that clown makeup. And it looks like she was attacked by some tropical plants that's all over her body. So she's covered in tropical plants and got paint all over her face. Not makeup, paint. That's the only thing that can deal with that face. Dang on it, real makeup can't do nothing with that. They came in there, I enjoy, you know, the setup here. Like somebody go get the bucket of house paint. There you go. The big brush, the roller first to put the foundation on. There you go. Your face is kind of big, so we got to go with the roller and cover as much space at a time as we can. Go with the roller first, and then come out with the other paints. It looks like they was just doing all kind of stuff on her face. So now let's see what Big Face got to say about this.
We begin tonight with the remarkable split screen this week from the two major parties' presidential candidates.
Now, how is she going to spin this? Because I just showed y'all the difference between the two. It's going to be real hard to figure out how you can make Trump look bad in his, outing and his campaigning versus Biden. How is she going to do it, guys? But if anybody can do it, it's Big Face. So let's see.
On Tuesday, while Donald Trump was in a Manhattan courtroom for the second day of his criminal...
Oh, God. There you have it. On Tuesday, when Trump was in a Manhattan courtroom because he's guilty. Did you know that? We want to keep that fresh in your bubble heads. We want y'all to always remember the reason he's up there is because he's evil and he's a criminal. What, he wasn't convicted yet? Well, it doesn't matter. We've convicted him like 15 times already since he's been president and even before. He's always guilty in our eyes. So let's continue. Here we go.
Trial. President Biden was in his childhood hometown of Scranton, Pennsylvania.
With nobody there? Boy, y'all ready for this, man. Oh my goodness. If you ever wondered who owns MSNBC, this right here should go ahead and solidify it, man. The Democrats own that joint, man. Listen to how she spins this.
Campaigning like a normal candidate.
Campaigning like a normal candidate, y'all. Out there looking at kids like, oh boy, I tell you what, you're better than chocolate chip. That's for sure. Out there meandering about, whispering, my uncle and I was in the bathroom at a hotel and my uncle died and they ate him and all of that. That right there. That's campaigning like a normal person, showing up at a Sheetz with crickets, nobody swarming you, trying to duplicate what Trump did, and flopping, completely flopping. But here she is, campaigning like a normal. Well, if that's the case, where's all the crowd? Why aren't the people busting down Joe's door to go and shake his hand?
Laying out his tax plan that includes ending Trump's tax cut for billionaires.
We don't know what he was talking about. Where did she get that from? All I caught was airplanes crashing, people getting eaten, and somebody in a hotel that was hanging out with Bam Bam. That's all I caught.
And tax relief and economic boosts for regular Americans.
Boy, they shield for these
During
people.
her stay in court, the presumptive Republican nominee spent his time looking agitated and getting admonished by the judge for intimidating a juror.
So many lies. So many lies. Pick the picture of the drawing with him looking like he was asleep, looking agitated, intimidating jurors.
Later in the day, he transitioned to campaigning, visiting a New York City bodega, which, seems totally normal for a campaign, right?
Now, look at this. Somebody is brave enough to entrust their kids with creepy. Y'all see that? Yeah, and they went and found that picture. The kids are probably holding him up right there. That's what's happening. But instead, what does she choose to focus on?
Oh, yeah. It was one where years ago an employee killed a man.
An employee killed a man. Now, do you see this dirtbag? That's why I rip Joy Reid as bad as I do. She is slime. This is the worst type of human. She knows that man was acquitted. She knows those were crazy, bogus charges. She's a complete fascist. Yep. Take away the guns, take away the knives, take away the ability for innocent, hardworking Americans to defend themselves. Yeah, support Alvin Bragg and just leave out the information about this man eventually being released. I thought they loved minorities. I thought they loved immigrants. But now when the immigrant does something that supports what we believe on the right, which is self-defense, which everybody should believe, now all of a sudden she focuses on that, but completely omits the fact that he was let go after Fat Albert was pressured into saying, all right, I probably should have focused on the criminal instead of the man who defended himself from being stabbed by the criminal. I probably should have focused on that. My bad. Let him out. Unreal, this chick.
During an altercation, the bodega visit was organized by the New York Young Republicans Club, which you might remember as the group that hosted a gala featuring white nationalists in 2022.
She's the worst. I mean, it's hard to even put into words what Joy Reid is. She has, I'm telling you, she's pure evil. She's pure evil. Yeah. Remember Bane? You're pure evil. I'm necessary evil. Yeah, she's necessary evil for the left. So now she comes out and talks about they hosted white nationalists. Now you got to understand, guys, that doesn't mean anything because the left calls anyone who disagrees with them white nationalists. See, that's their go-to. So everybody's a white nationalist. Everybody's a racist. It's called Marxist conflict theory. Demonize your political opponents or opposition by just labeling them something that's the worst in society. So it's white nationalists. What else?
And whose leader, Gavin Wax, who was also at the bodega campaign stop, infamously told supporters at an event attended by Trump last December, and I quote,
what?
Once President Trump is back in office, we won't be playing nice anymore.
Yeah.
It will be a time for retribution.
Yeah.
All those responsible for destroying our once great country will be held to account after baseless years of investigation and government lies and media lies against this man. To which Trump said, Gavin, that was an excellent speech.
It was.
The fact that this...
Man, I loved it. I don't see what the problem was with that speech, y'all. Anybody see what the problem was with that speech? I loved it. She thought she was making us look bad. Only the unlearned, only the bubbleheads, only those suffering from Trump derangement syndrome would listen to what she just said and goes, look at that. That really is showing that Trump's about to become a dictator and go after all these pure, innocent, corrupt people. That's what he's going to do. He's going after all these pure, innocent, corrupt people who defiled the whole judicial system, who spied on them, who broke our border and opened it up. He's just going after all of those pure, innocent people. It's unbelievable.
This guy has to sit in a courtroom 6, 7, 8 hours a day.
That's not good for him.
Oh, God. I'm telling you, man, they try anything. They just can't straight come out and say, man, Trump knocked it out the park when he went out and campaigned on the street. It was beautiful. All the people loved him, even the kids. They can't do that. So let's go ahead and focus and make up what Trump was feeling in court. Let's make it up, okay? Instead of asking what Trump felt, how you feel, Mr. President, why you was in. Listen to all this crap.
He has a legendary short attention span.
Like a caged animal.
Look at all these rumors round me every day. These folks are gossiping. That's all they're doing. He has a legendary short attention span. I'm pretty sure he suffers from Tourette syndrome. That's why he says the things that he says. And did you also know he has a nervous tick? He has a nervous tick. It's obvious. It's obvious that he has that. He has flat feet. He has flat feet. Now, remember, he walked down the thing real slow. That's because he has flat feet. His arches failed. That's what happened. So we have to keep an eye on him while he's in court because he also has a lazy eye. We don't know who he's looking at, and that eye sometimes gets real lazy. All of the stuff they're just making up. And listen to this one.
A dangerous situation. He's feeling very threatened.
A dangerous situation. He's feeling very threatened. Boy. How do these people stay in business? So wait, let me get this straight. Trump's feeling very threatened. Threatened by what? By what? You don't think he's used to these attacks by now? So now he just waited until Fat Albert, that showed up on the scene and brought him into court to feel dangerous and he's threatened. He wasn't threatened by the 2 impeachments. He wasn't threatened by y'all trying to label him as a full-blown traitor to his country, saying, he was in cahoots with, who is it, Vladimir Putin? He wasn't feeling threatened by that. So now here she is. He's feeling threatened. He's like a caged animal.
He's out of control, and so
out of control. What is she talking about? I just cannot understand how these folks stay in business. I only show the clips because they're that crazy. They're that crazy. He's out of control. I think I saw him jump up and do this when he wasn't sleeping. Yeah, I saw him spin around one time. He took a swing at the judge. You remember the beast? I jumped over and started choking people with the clavicle. Just making up stuff. So you got to watch him. You got to handle Trump like he's a dangerous animal. So when they went over to talk to him, they were very scared when they excuse me, Mr. Trump, because he could bite. He could bite. He's very dangerous. Don't get too close.
We do expect him to lash out.
The first person to actually criminally prosecute Donald Trump is a black Harvard grad. Donald Trump is being held.
What does that have to do with this? So now we're pushing racism, DEI, baby. Okay, so now let's see. I got a gut feeling they went with 3 black prosecutors so they can push this narrative, honestly. And then, of course, Jack in the Box. I don't know what he is, but nonetheless, look at this. Black people's getting revenge over the white nationalists. And don't you criticize them, because the only reason you would be doing that is because they're black. Some of them are women. And Fat Albert is actually fat. So I will accept that one. And then Queen Latifah does have kinkles. So we'll allow it. We'll allow that. But if you say anything else about her, it's because she's black.
Held to account by the very multicultural, multiracial democracy that he's trying to dismantle. There's something.
What in the heck is she talking about? She's trying to dismantle. No evidence or proof of that whatsoever. Just making stuff up with that nasty stinking eyelash or whatever that is over her eyes. Dang on it. She need to keep them bad boys closed. It's shit to paint the eyeballs right there on her lids. Keep your eyes closed, because I don't want to see your evil eyes.
Poetic and actually wonderful about that. Go DEI. My DEIs are bringing it home.
Go DEIs. It gives DEI a further bad name than it already has. This is the reason why we don't like that stuff. See, this is the reason why we say the left is nuts. They're communists, they're Marxists, they're trying to divide the country. Straight up tear the country down, trying to bring racism back. All of this nonsense, man. And the only way we can really deal with this is beat they tails. I mean, they got to pay so bad at the polls that, man, they say, wow, we have to change our strategy. All right, first things first, we need to get rid of MSNBC. They really hurt us. They really hurt us right there. They went a little bit overboard. We didn't think they were going to get that crazy. And CNN. Unbelievable. And many others. But guys, look, why is Siri listening to me again? What is this? Siri, go away. Siri?
I don't know how to respond to that.
I bet you don't. Siri. Hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. Now you don't want to talk, huh? Why are you listening to me?
I don't have an answer for that.
I bet you
Is there something else I can help with?
No. Go away.
Okay.
Yeah, toodles. Y'all hear that? You hear Siri come in and try to interrupt me? I'm going to have to figure out how to unplug that. Somebody said it's the feds. Yeah, they're like, all right, he's doing the show again. Yeah, we thought we had worked him to death and he wasn't going to do it today, but somehow he managed to muscle through it. So yeah. What? Okay, send Siri after him. No, roger that. So there we go. Now, let's move on to something that has taken place within the Republican Party, which the left have their little civil war thing going on with, the Palestinian movement and all of these people protesting. But theirs is more so with the people. Now, they got some crazy left-wingers in their party, the squad and all that stuff. And I'm sure they would love to do away with them quietly. But see, they set themselves up for failure by talking about how inclusive they are and how diverse they are. So now you got the squad that you got to figure out how to deal with if you really want to get rid of them. But the point is, they still always vote the same way that all the Democrats want them to vote. There's no divide when it comes down to what they all vote for. Lock and step. So their civil wars with their radical voters, that's where the civil war is taking place. But on the right, it is between MAGA Republicans and rhinos. That's what's taking place on our side. And I'm loving it because, one, it's exposing the rhinos. These MAGA Republicans are exposing the rhinos and showing us the kind of Republicans we don't want in office. The weak jellyback ones that seem to always buckle to the left, always buckle to the Democrats. So we definitely want to expose them, but we also want to replace them. I mean, we're not going to make progress if we don't replace our rhinos. And they give so much leverage to these Democrats when they succumb to the pressure and pass all kind of stupid stuff that the people don't want passed. And it burns me up because I'm saying, you think we're going to be mad with you for holding the line, Mike? That's why we thought, we gave you a shot. We gave you a shot. We were hoping that you would have enough backbone to hold the line. So therefore, if things got a little tough, you weren't going to suffer the pressure from us, the base. We were all going to say, yeah, that's why we need somebody in there. They will keep telling these people, no, we ain't doing that. No, y'all better, hey, scrap that, come back with something else. So Speaker Johnson finally is trying to compromise for some reason when it comes down to spending bills on things that we, the people, are saying, at least his constituents, his voters, all of the Republican voters are saying, the majority are saying, we don't want that. Why are we doing this stuff? Giving a win to these Democrats over, and it's not just about giving a win to them. I'm not opposed to passing bills that benefit America. But when you pass bills that benefit the ruling class, benefit the elites, benefit the globalists, benefit the Democrat politicians and not the people, I got a problem with you. And you better come up with a serious response and to tell me why you think we should do it. Because other than that, I think you just got punked. There's no other reason. I think we should do this because I got bullied and punked. Yeah, Chuck Schumer came in and I saw his eyes right over those glasses. Listen here, Mike Johnson, me and you need to talk. You see my eyes, right? Yeah, you always see them because I wear my glasses right down here on my nose. So now let's see what Marjorie Taylor Greene is talking about, because Marjorie Taylor Greene just turned green on Mike Johnson and mucus.
Johnson has completely changed his character in a matter of about 5 months after he has become Speaker of the House. Mike Johnson is a Christian. He called himself a conservative, always has been. He's a Republican member, but yet here we are after the minibus was passed just almost 2 weeks ago in Washington, and now with the $60 billion going to a war in Ukraine that 70% of Americans do not support it. That's the most recent polling.
You see that? That's why I love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She do not hold her punches. She don't care who you are. She storm blows at Mike Johnson. And he ain't got no real response to that. How can you come out and tell, all of the voters that I decided to go with this and support Ukraine, even though 70% of you guys don't want that? So why are you a speaker for nothing now? You're not listening to the people. I thought you are to implement the will of the people. Do you see the majority of Republican voters begging to send more money to Ukraine when you also simultaneously are seeing all of your voters begging to shut down the border? Two big differences. On one end, we're saying, look, the majority of us are saying, why are you sending money to Ukraine? Their border is not our border. The other part is, why aren't you shutting down this border? You shouldn't even be thinking about sending money to Ukraine until you come up with something that says, we aren't going to let not one person, not one, come across that border illegally. Not one. That would be my bottom line. They'll be like, all right, so let's start the negotiations. All right, where you at with this, Kev? You know where I'm at. Not one. You've been saying that now for the last 7 months. Not one. That's where we need to start with. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is calling us to do that. And I'm glad we're not in a party. We don't support a party of robots, of folks that are a slave to the machine. And that's what's driving everybody nuts right now in Congress, because you got half of them that are robots and want to keep the machine working. And we done brought in the Trumpians that are going, man, let's break the machine. Let's throw a big wrench in that bad boy. Shut that mess down. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is mixing it up, and others are too, which while I was putting this together, I didn't have time to put in all the clips, but I did want to focus on Marge Taylor because she turned green.
70% of Americans and the majority of Republicans do not support funding Ukraine. People want to see a peace deal in Ukraine, not murdering more Ukrainians and more Russians. This needs to end. But no, Mike Johnson has made a complete departure of who he is. and what he stands for. And to the point where people are literally asking.
Look at him sitting over there with the little midget. Yes, Ukraine, we want more money because I will definitely make sure we send kickbacks to all of you people who are sending us money. Excuse me, where's the money going? Don't ask questions. We're fighting against communism as we're locking up all of my opponents and putting Christians in prison. We're fighting for democracy in Ukraine. That's what you're doing? Why are we sending money to these folks? The little midget tattoo over there, and he's not even implementing democracy. Good grief. Boy, I tell you, man. Sometimes I just feel like saying we need to scrap our whole setup here in the U.S. Come up with a different structure. These two parties are pain in the people's butts. But right now, it's the only thing we got. Makes me so mad.
Is he blackmailed? What is wrong with him? Because he's completely disconnected with what we want.
And I think most of the time, the Democrats are masters at being able to pull puppet strings behind closed doors. When you see Republicans come out at first talking reckless, man, I ain't doing that, this and that, and then next you know, I had a change of heart. I think we should go ahead and I'm going, who got to you? Who got to you? See, and this is the problem with being a politician. When you're dealing with the deep state, when you're dealing with these people who have invested interest in big money, big power, all of that stuff, just to get to certain positions in politics, you have to kind of go through a rite of passage. Who knows what you had to do, who you had to grease elbows with, all of this, who knows? And somebody got all that information, and at any second, they can go ahead and remind you. Or they can say, look, man, in the future, we might make your life very difficult. You don't want to get the old hush up, boy, speech, do you? You don't want that. You don't want an investigation opening up on you, would you? What campaign charges? You see what we're doing to Trump. If we can do that to Trump, we can do it to you. Now get out there and say you got to change your heart. So listen to this bogus excuse that Mike Johnson is about to come up with to say why he decided we need to support Ukraine.
I'm doing here what I believe to be the right thing. I think providing lethal...
To be the right thing. So what I believe, not what the people believe, not what the voters want, what I believe is the right thing. Forget what the people got to say about it. Forget trying to justify to the people why you believe that this is the right thing. See, he's doing what Democrats do. Democrats come out and they throw this out there and say, we think, we want, we feel, but they never break down why. Okay, I need you to provide the information, support it with some facts. But here he is. I believe I'm doing the right thing. Why is that, Mike?
Aid to Ukraine right now is critically important. I really do. I really do believe the intel and the briefing.
The intel, there it is. The public can't know this stuff. Trust me. The intel. What is that? What's that? That is how you hide your agenda. That's what you do. That's how you use excuses to do stupid stuff against the will of the people by saying it's intel. I think we should get rid of the intel community at this point. They're worthless. They use us as cover. So we don't know what the intel really is. And you think they're going to reveal it? They'll show us something that's all blacked out with two names. I feel, and then at the end, this is why. Thank you. And you're like, well, I'm trying to see underneath the black lines. Could you paraphrase this? No, it's all redacted. We have to protect sources and methods. So now we got to just trust y'all that the intel, this crap man don't fly.
Things that we've gotten that I believe Xi and Vladimir Putin and Iran really are an axis of evil. I think they're
Oh yeah, they're axis of evil, all right. All brought together by creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe. But yet, you're about to allow them to pass another bill by creepy, sleepy, sleazy, slimy, sloppy Joe that is going to send money that is unaccountable. We don't know where the money's going. We have no deadlines on when this crap is going to end. Nothing. Trust us. You're not able to tell us if they're winning or losing. What's the end game? At what point do we turn the faucet off, or do we just let the whole house flood? At what point? So it's just an open-ended check. in an open-ended war at this point. So now what happens when Ukraine finally gets beaten to submission and y'all got to look the American people in the face and say, well, we just sent about $4 or $5 billion. Wait, no, $400 or $500 billion over there for nothing. Here's the results. Same thing with Afghanistan, nothing to show for it. Oh man, these people suck.
We're in coordination on this. I think that Vladimir Putin would continue to march through Europe if he were allowed. I think he might go to the Balkans next. I think.
So now you're going to use Democrat talking points. See, this is how I know something happened. Somebody has got to him. He's using Democrat talking points, or he's that dumb to believe the intel community. One of the two. I believe that Vladimir Putin would just march right through Europe. And you hear Democrats saying that. Donald Trump doesn't. I mean, he's just going to let Vladimir Putin have his way and march through Europe. It's always Russia is the most dangerous thing to the whole globe. That Vladimir Putin's going to take over the globe if we don't. Do you think that is true? The common sense would tell you that's not true. You got a country parked right there on the border of Russia that NATO wants to get their knuckles in and perhaps even put troops, put missiles, whatever, right there on Russia's border. And you think Vladimir Putin is okay with that? So because he decided, no, that's not going to happen, and we wouldn't bend and say, yeah, you're right, it's not going to happen. So we instigated this mess. Now we got us a quagmire. And what are we doing? Just dumping money into it. Dumping money into it. And so now here he is with the lie. So let me get this straight. Mike, you're naive enough to think that, yeah, Vladimir Putin is going to go ahead, take over enough of Ukraine, make sure that we're not putting missiles on his border, and then get, hungry, get a little bit of greedy. Oh, you know what? I got enough of Ukraine. Let me see. Where's Poland at? Let's go ahead and Eastern Europe. Let's go ahead and knock out Germany. Surely that wouldn't invoke World War III. Surely that wouldn't get nukes sent our way as we start tapping into Germany. What about Italy? You think that's in their interest? I mean, this is ridiculous. These are scared tactics to justify a stupid deal. So that means this man is compromised when I hear you sounding like a Democrat.
I think he might have a showdown with Poland or one of our NATO allies. To put it bluntly, I would rather send bullets to Ukraine than American boys.
Oh, Mike. How thou hast fallen from grace. Good grief. I mean, he could have saved his reputation by not even running for the Speaker of House. Now you're damaged goods. When I get you out there saying stupid stuff like I'd rather send bullets than our sons and daughters over there, so that makes it better. We should go ahead and send bullets as we don't have enough bullets in our own military, as we're sending them more money than we're spending on our own military. Dumb stuff like that.
My son is going to begin in the Naval Academy this fall. This is a live fire exercise for me, as it is so many.
Oh yeah, Naval Academy, graduate as an officer and never have to see battle. That guy. Your son will never have to see battle? Yeah, it's real dangerous for him.
American families. This is not a game. It's not a joke. We can't play politics of this. We have to.
Oh, now see, there we go. It's not politics. Politics be damned. Politics be damned. It's not a game. We're not here to play. It is a joke. It's a big fat joke that's been going on for like 2 years now. That I'm sitting there going, I'm not seeing any, return on our investment. Are they winning or losing? Can we see what's going on over? No. It's top secret. It's okay. Sources and methods. Well, we would like to see how our investment is doing over there. When do we pull our money out of this? Because see, I don't want to lose our money over there on a bad investment. Oh, shut up, because you're saving the world from Putin taking it over. Okay. Also, here's a blank check. So how much more money you gotta have to save us from Putin taking over the whole world? There you go. That's how they're belittling our intelligence. And while we're writing checks to send it over to Ukraine, it's like, hold on for a second. I'm being overran by illegal immigrants here. Give me a second, Mike Johnson. All right, to Ukraine. Ow. There. I'm sorry. The illegal immigrant problem we got going on here. All right, to Ukraine. There you go. Unreal. Boy, this guy.
To do the right thing. And I'm going to allow an opportunity for every single member of the House to vote their conscience and their will on this.
Well, you know what? How about this, Mike? How about you? Go ahead and give all of your voters, which is 70% of us, the opportunity to say, we don't want to send any money over there. And if you hold the line, we will honor it. We will praise you for it. We will say, about time we get somebody with a backbone that's going to stand up to them. Are you a coward? What the heck? It sounds like he is, or compromised.
I think that's the way this institution is supposed to work, and I'm willing to take personal.
No, it's not. It's supposed to work based on the will of the people.
A risk for that, because we have to do the right thing, and history will judge us.
Oh, it will. It's going to judge you, pal. When you're sitting back empty-handed, as Russia say, I mean, did y'all think y'all were going to win this? I mean, what did you think was going to happen? Think we was going to go ahead and pull out? So either y'all going to have to get involved and send those troops you were talking about, or concede. So now Marjorie's back, y'all. And boy, is she about to blast that fake narrative that we just heard, that Putin's going to take over the whole globe.
I'm going to issue a challenge to Mike McCall and Mike Johnson and everyone. If you have proof that Vladimir Putin is going to march across Europe, going to go all the way to Kiev, take Poland next, and then keep on going, unclassify it. Declassify that proof and show it to the American people. Prove to the American people why they need to send their hard-earned money over there. Prove it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Dun, 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 dun. March Greene turned green on Mike Johnson. Prove it. Put up or shut up. You little rhino in training. So now, here she is like, prove it. Yeah, don't hide this mess from the American people and say, just trust us. We're doing the right thing, and America will show. I mean, it'll prove that later on we'll see if we're on the right side of stuff. Unreal. Prove it. Thank you. See, that's why I love this lady right here. Yeah. And the sad part about it, man, is to the left and even to some Republicans, they would look at her as too extreme, too radical to be in a higher position. You know, you're talking about a Speaker of the House. She'd tear that house down. Yeah, because she's a brick. House. Oh, she's mighty. And just letting that all hang out. Oh, she's a brick. That's what she would do. She would turn that house of straw into a brick house. Ow. Let's continue. Busting Mike Johnson in his little nose.
I dare you to prove it, because you do not have the proof. And they're not capable of showing it, Steve. This is the biggest, most repulsive scam, and it's been happening for decades, and it's all they claim to protect American jobs and to keep the military-industrial base going and employed, and it's all for our economy. This is not an economy anybody wants. We don't want an economy built on people's blood and dead bodies in foreign countries. We want an America-first economy, and from now on, Steve, we are going to demand it from our Republican leaders. I don't care if the Speaker's office becomes a revolving door. If that's exactly what needs to happen, then let it be. But the days are over of the old Republican Party that wants to fund foreign wars and murder people in foreign lands while they stab the American people in their face and refuse to protect Americans and fix our problems over here.
I couldn't love you more. Time was running out. I couldn't love you more. Oh, right now, Marjorie. Take me by the hand. Come on. Be my baby. Be the one. Wouldn't want to lay or ever love with another. She's amazing. Did you hear that speech? Boy, Marge is the bomb. She brought that mess from all the way from Georgia right on up to Washington, and bing, prove it. We don't want to build our economy off of Ukrainians being slaughtered, and they know that's what's happening. They could stop this bloodbath right now, but nope, not them. It's more important to stop Putin from taking over the whole globe. I'm pretty sure that's what he wants. What? Oh, you want that? Oh, the intel community said that he was going to do that. What? No. Oh, yo, we can't show that. We can't show that. Sources and methods. So they can't handle her realness. And she's like, yo, punks will step up to get beat down until we find a real legitimate leader. So what? I'd rather go through 1,000 of them until we get a good one. And that's why I love Marge Greene. She do not mince words. And then she's about to get herself a hold of mucus. Now, y'all know mucus was supposed to be getting impeached and a trial was supposed to take place, but it didn't. It didn't. We were going to end with that. So Marge Greene got some choice words for Mucus too before we let her go and move to our last clip of the night. So go ahead, Marge. Tell us how you feel about Mucus, because I know how I feel about him. I want to blow him out my nose and flush him down the toilet.
RCM is an operation that houses functions for the Hebrew Immigrant Aid Society, which helps migrants enter the United States. And you're familiar with their work. We know that you served as a former board member of this group that funds illegal immigration. And they're very proud of you, Mr. Secretary.
What?
They congratulated you on your nomination.
Well, look at that. So he gets nominated and he's working with a group that helps illegals come into our country. Now, what kind of mess is this? Are these groups traffickers? That's what I'm wondering. They're Democrat traffickers. That's what they are.
You worked as a board member of an NGO that is working in conjunction with other NGOs, which are not only financing the invasion of the country, but also telling illegal aliens to vote in the United States elections.
What? So all of these little groups that's supposed to be helping folks come into the country, really what they are is little nonprofits that the Democrats have set up to help encourage illegal immigration. Telling these folks how to get there, what you gotta do, what you gotta say. And then we're gonna even help you vote. Now, do you think that this man shouldn't have been impeached? Yeah, nobody's investigating these little organizations. It's like, yo, you do realize we got immigration laws. Why are y'all encouraging these people to come here? Who do y'all work for? Why are you telling these people they should be able to vote? And see, Marge Greene likes to go up under the covers and pull them off. Yeah, show all of their nakedness.
They are telling illegal aliens, non-citizens, to come vote for Joe Biden. That's your boss.
That's your raggedy boss. And you know it. You know it, Mucus. You slimy green booger. That man knows all of this is going on. He's okay with it.
This is corruption at the deepest level. As a matter of fact, I would call it treason.
And how? Lock Mucus up with Creepy Sleepy.
It's treason because these people have declared war on our citizens by raping our women, our children, and murdering people. Like Laken Riley. You're familiar with her, right? Are you familiar with what?
Congresswoman, I don't, you know what? You beat me up with your words. And you know I'm Mucus, and all I'm gonna do is sit here and take this verbal lashing. And then when you give me an opportunity to talk, I'm gonna say, thank you for that question, Congresswoman. That the men and women at the border is working hard to, and the border is secure. And I'm gonna go through all of my talking points just like that. And I definitely will not be saying Laken Riley's name.
Laken Riley.
I am familiar with the case.
You should have deported her so that she could be alive today. Her parents would have appreciated that. And also Kayla Hamilton, who was brutally raped and murdered by a cartel member.
Oh, and you know what I love about Marge? She puts it back in Mucus' face. See, it's all fun and games when you spitting the mucus on other people. But when you take that mucus and turn it around like spitting in the wind, it don't feel good. So she's slapping Mucus in the face with his own nasty sliminess.
Her mother came and spoke to us. She didn't deport him either. You let him in the country.
Let him in the country.
You, Mr.
So that means Mucus is essentially he's complicit in this. Yeah, this guy right here assisted the murder. He assisted the murder. Now, if it was his niece, daughter, friend, something like that, he'd be furious. He'd be looking around going, how did these people get in here? Nobody checked this. If this person wouldn't have been here, then my friend, my niece, my daughter wouldn't have been killed. But hey, to the Democrats, it's acceptable. Yeah, it's acceptable. That's why he needs the foot up the butt.
Secretary have allowed over 10 million illegals, probably higher than that, could be closer to 15 million, we don't know, to invade our country. You've allowed the cartels to make billions and billions. As a matter of fact, you're probably the best business partner they could ever have.
Absolutely. Hold on. Hello, this is Mucus. Hello, Mucus. You know what this is? It's the cartel. We never say our real names. We're watching your impeachment hearings, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's digging into you, man. She got your number. She's correct on everything. You're our best client. What? How many more illegals you need? Oh, sure. See. We send you lots of illegals, along with some fentanyl, too. Don't forget, it comes with the package. Okay, we'll take the fentanyl and the illegals. It's an acceptable sacrifice. Hola, okay, Mucus, listen. Okay, tell your family I said hello. And you're going to come to our party next week. We're having a fiesta. Yes, I'll be there, and I'll bring Creepy Sleepy, too. Okay, tell Creepy I said hello, too, okay? Adios, Mucus. They're having a great time. They love Mucus. They're making money hand over fist because of this man's policies, and he knows it.
They make all this money in human trafficking and drug trafficking at our border. You've allowed approximately 300 Americans to be murdered every single day from fentanyl that comes across our border. And now you're aiding NGOs to steal our elections through your...
Because that was the goal in the first place. There it is. Yeah, he's going to aid them because, see, it ain't about these people coming over here for asylum. No, it's about all of these folks coming in here and saying, now, listen, now that you're here, you want to know how you can vote? There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. Yes, we're simply a nonprofit that want to make sure we place you people and give you the best opportunity in America to be successful. And one way to do that is to acquire illegal citizenship. Yeah, you didn't know that? There's a such thing as illegal citizenship. So we're going to help you acquire illegal citizenship so you can illegally vote. Okay? But don't worry about it because you're not really an illegal citizen. You're just a non-documented illegal citizen. So that's what we're here to help you understand and facilitate. That's what's happening in our country. And yet you're not calling this treason? And it's so obvious. That's what burns me up because I'm sitting here going, y'all think we don't see what y'all doing? And nobody's stopping it.
Your budget. I demand proof of citizenships in our elections, and that is something every single member of Congress should care about.
But they don't, because the Democrats care about winning elections because of what we saw earlier in my show. Creepy Sleepy walking around talking about some don't jump. And my Uncle Finnegan died in the airplane crash after he was shot down in World War II, and I was flying shotgun with him. And I said, Uncle Finny, look out. Here comes the missiles. Hit the plane. Uncle Finny went down, and I popped my parachute out and landed on top of Nelson Mandela's cell. And I said, hey, Nelsie, let's go, baby. And Nelson jumped on my back and carried him through the jungle for about 18,000 miles until Corn Pop rescued us on the shore. And that's what it happened. And I think in the back of the boat, there was Bam Bam, too. So let's continue.
We don't need illegal aliens voting in our elections.
No, we don't.
We're supposed to be here talking about your budget, but we're talking about how money is being used to make sure people coming to our country are able to get a social security number in which they can register to vote. And on that note, Mr. Mayorkas, I demand that Chuck Schumer holds your impeachment trial in the Senate, because that's exactly what we should be focused on right now. Mr. Chairman, I yield the remainder of my time.
And look at that dummy. Look at that evil, stinking man who knows what he has done. I don't see how this man sleeps at night. I really don't, man. I mean, the payoff got to be, I don't know what the payoff is, but it got to be religiously believed. This is greater than money. To do this to your own country, it has to be a religious thing. Something, because, you know, when you're dealing with folks that got an ideology, that will justify a lot of evil. When you're like, I believe it's kind of like radical Muslims who will say it's justifiable to run in and blow up a bunch of people and kill yourself because it's driven by things that's greater than your basic natural survival instinct. These folks aren't thinking about the country that they live in. And I'm saying, you do realize you live here as you're destroying this joint. So is it just about power? Well, I mean, are y'all in cahoots with these globalists? Are y'all all culted up where you're going, all right, we're here to bring upon the final stage of something got to be driving these people? Because I'm saying, why would you tear down a country when you're on top, when you got all the things you need. You got the money, you got the power, you got all of that. And yet for some reason, like, now let's tear it down. It got to be something greater than just money. So we all know it's about power. It's about them staying in power. But they're staying in power. They want power for something. And see, when you look at people like Nancy Pelosi, who's dying at some point, very soon probably, because she's about 98, and Joe Biden, all of them, they're still pushing this. I'm going, what is your end game? Why are you still supporting this? You ain't going to even be around to see it. That's the crazy part about it. So it got to be something that we all believe in, this idea, and it justifies all of the sacrificed lives that we're, just allowing to happen because we're turning a deaf eye. We're setting up this to do it. We're putting money into this. All the money he's begging for, all of that money they want for the border is going to things like this. It sure enough ain't going to stopping the border. So now we got to bring in somebody from Newsmax who going to keep it real as we leave and going to really call out what's going on down at that there border and with Mayorkas and the Democrats.
Afternoon, House impeachment managers walked the articles of impeachment for Alejandro Mayorkas over to the Senate as we talk about the failures of Joe Biden. A bit of ceremony comes with this moment. Impeachment is supposed to be a rarely used political device, reserved for high crimes and misdemeanors, those who leverage their power against the will of the people. Under Trump, of course, impeachment was used as a panic diversion by Democrats after the Trump White House had uncovered the Biden family's corruption in Ukraine.
Yeah.
The case against Alejandro Mayorkas is actually legitimate.
Oh, see, so you want to rush through illegitimate impeachments. What? Trump found out that Creepy Sleepy son was making all this money and he was going to look into it. Well, impeach this man immediately before anybody figures out. And media, I need you to cover this. I need you to cover up for Joe's crooked butt and his son. While we push this bootleg fake impeachment, not once, but twice. But yet with Mayorkas, we don't want to hear it. Now, the audacity of these Democrats, and this is why I don't understand why Republicans try to even negotiate with Democrats. I don't understand it, man. Y'all know these people, man. I mean, if they're not willing to budge on their corruption and their evilness, they're never going to throw one of their own under the bus. They don't even want to hear you point out their corruption. So they're like, man, whatever. We got the power. We're going to rule like the tyrants that we want to be. So now, if we ever acquire real power, you think they're going to ever listen to the opposition? You think they're ever going to recognize some of their horrific policies that are destroying the country and hold their own accountable? No, they put Mayorkas in place to do exactly what Mayorkas is doing. Why would they impeach this man? I mean, Mayorkas could get up there and be like, how can y'all impeach me? We all knew we all got together before y'all installed me. Y'all knew I was going to open the border up. So, Shumi, shut this mess down. And that's exactly what his raggedy butt did.
This is a real impeachment. There is no way to deny the calculated work by Mayorkas and the Biden immigration team to destroy the sovereignty of our country for the gain of the corporate elite looking to score more cheap labor here in the United States, or the more self-serving motive that we know of, creating a whole new voter base indebted to Biden and the Democrat Party.
My man. See, this is what I like about conservatives. But see, it's one thing to be able to see the corruption so clearly, but yet can't do nothing about it. The people running our country, man. And I'm talking about Democrats and raggedy rhinos alike. I mean, they're just doing this stuff right in front of our face, pretending that they're trying to fight against it. No, we can't do nothing about it. And they won't agree to do this and they won't agree. And it's so clear what they're doing. And the people just got to sit there and watch it. And yet we give them the power. That's what burns me up. I'm like, man, we got to figure out a way to show them that we have the power. And we're not able to do this at this point, man. One, because they got a huge operation of gaslighting, deception, and propaganda when it comes down to the media. You got so many Americans that either are oblivious to what they're really doing or on board because they're telling them they're doing it for humanitarian reasons and the other folks are racist. And until we can open up the minds of enough citizens to realize these folks are duping us right about now, then they're able to get away with it. It's an acceptable risk to them because they're going, we haven't had enough Americans turn on us and get mad enough to show us that they have the power to force us to do the right thing. By the time the other half of the country wakes up and sees it, it's going to be too late. So like Marjorie Taylor Greene said, we might have 15 million right now. We don't know, not including the gotaways.
Which they're going to need because of exactly what we just saw in Harlem. Today, impeachment manager Mark Greene laid out Mayorkas' willful dereliction of duty. It took quite a long time for him to read all the articles. Here are just some of the highlights.
Alejandro N. Mayorkas has repeatedly violated laws enacted by Congress regarding immigration and border security. Repeatedly? Threatens our national security and has had a dire impact on communities across the country. Implemented a catch and release scheme, willfully exceeded his parole.
Implemented a catch and release scheme, willfully. Does that look like somebody who's trying to stop illegal immigration?
Authority paroled aliens en masse in order to release them.
Like the one who killed Laken Riley? Paroled them en masse.
Them from mandatory detention, willfully exceeded his release authority, have enticed an increasing number of aliens to make the dangerous journey to our southwest border.
Huh. Like all your little organizations that are encouraging them. In other countries down there, here's a pamphlet. You ever thought about moving to America? No? Well, here's how you can do it if you want to. This is crazy, man. I mean, I got to watch my words online, considering Siri's listening to me. But I want to say some things about how I feel about this and how Americans should be outraged over this. This is the biggest slap in our face and the biggest threat to our country from the inside out at this point. Biggest threat. Biggest threat.
By such conduct has demonstrated that he will remain a threat to national and border security, the safety of the United States people, and the Constitution if allowed to remain in office.
A threat to national security, a threat to border security, a threat to the United States people if allowed to remain in offices. That's not hyperbole.
Nope.
That's exactly what he's done to the country.
Yeah, it's not hyperbole. Like us saying Putin's a threat to the Eastern Europe and the whole globe. He's going to go ahead and take over the whole. That's hyperbole. Hyperbole is Donald Trump's going to get in and become a dictator and take over and there's no more elections and he's going to be a king. That's hyperbole. But all of these people coming across the border is not hyperbole because we see them. Yeah, we're able to see all over the internet. They're squatting in people's houses. They're knocking folks in the head, fighting with police officers, overrunning our border patrol. All of this, that is not hyperbole. Killing citizens. And yet, the Democrats don't even take it up.
If you look up Mayorkas' job description, you'll see that he's tasked with overseeing efforts to counter terrorism and enhance security and secure and manage our borders.
Well, how is he doing at his job? How's he doing at his job? He's the worst there ever has been. Now, how can you tout that record? My job description says I'm supposed to protect our border and people from dangerous things, and I have failed, and I have the worst record in history when it comes down to Border Patrol. Worst record in history. And blaming everybody but himself. The climate is driving, and then, of course, this is nothing unusual. There are always trends when it comes to migration, and the whole globe is being affected by. We don't care about the whole globe. And why does the whole globe seem to be coming here? That's my question. Nowhere else? Yeah, they're all affected by migration for some reason, but they're all coming here. Walking through all these countries to get to ours, flying from all their countries on other continents to get to ours. And yet we're looking at like 27,000 Chinese nationals, most of them men, war age, somehow coming through our border. And you talk about we're going to fly those people back, and only one plane flew a couple of them back. You know why? Look at Joseph Biden. We will not tolerate you sending our illegal Chinese nationalists back to China, especially when I gave you a $1.5 billion deal. Now you will take our Chinese nationals, Joe Biden, and you will also allow my balloon to fly over your country as long as she wants. That's what's happening. Boy, this burns me up. This one gets under my skin, y'all, but hey, it gets worse. Look what else they're doing.
In practice, this man has done exactly the opposite. The number of known terrorists entering our country from the southern border has skyrocketed beyond belief. Wow. Faced with this problem, Mayorkas.
So wait, the interview should go like this. All right, we're looking at hiring you as, the Homeland Security Director. How was your resume for when you worked it before? Can you tell me how your productivity was? And well, yes, we had more terrorists coming across that border than ever. We definitely broke a record when it comes down to trafficking children and women. And then we also had Chinese nationalists who came over, and nobody would hire this guy in the real world. Nobody. How are you going to get out there and tell people this raggedy record? But wait a minute. Wait, your job description says you shouldn't allow these people that they're supposed to be stopped. Yes, I know, but we figured we would go with an unconventional approach and see just how things work out if we just let everybody come in. Then this way I won't have to say my job is to stop everybody from coming because they'll already be here. That's what he's doing. So this guy's going to finish Mayorkas off by exposing something that a lot of people don't know.
This did nothing, despite even warnings by the head of the FBI. They do nothing to stop it.
Nothing.
As far as his duty to secure the border, he does exactly the opposite, and he does it intentionally. What? He even goes on television and brags about dismantling the security.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
We have rescinded so many Trump immigration policies.
That was working, and that is why we rescinded them. Because they were all working, and my job is to break it and make sure that all of these illegal immigrants can come in. That's what he did. And he's boasting about all of those policies they rescinded like that's a good thing. And look at the results. How'd that working out for you? Great, because that was the goal and agenda in the first place.
It would take so much time to list them.
So Mayorkas is a product of the warped ideology that is taking over the Democrat Party, intentionally installing agents of chaos into positions of control. Ooh. Mayorkas is the Homeland Security version of a decriminalizing district attorney like Alvin Bragg, who we just talked about.
Oh.
An open border zealot in charge of securing and controlling borders.
Ooh.
And while Mayorkas was dismantling our national security and our immigration system, he regularly lied under oath when asked questions from bewildered members of Congress about why this is happening to our country. For 3 years, we've watched Mayorkas tell us the border is secure.
Yeah.
Tell us DHS is doing everything it can to stop the flow of migrants.
All the time.
Telling us our immigration system is broken.
Yeah.
And we all just had to sit there and listen to this and pretend that it's somehow true or honest.
And that's what makes us all so mad. That is why we're frustrated when it comes down to, first of all, how the Democrats continue to support this dude and lie to us and say he's doing his job. There's no reason to impeach him. And I'm saying this guy's been lying to us from day one. And this is what hurts. Because we're sitting here watching it and looking at it going, we're watching a train wreck that could have been avoided. We're watching these people straight pee down. They're not even pretending. They're not waiting for us to turn our backs to pee down our backs and tell us it's rainwater. They're just standing there. You do realize I'm looking at you? Oh, well, yeah, we didn't think you would care. We're just going to go ahead and pee right down. And I'm going, dude. At least wait until I turn around. That's what they're doing. And they're going, so what are y'all going to do? We all know, what we're up to when it comes down to this border. We know we're belittling your intelligence when we say, hey, it's up to Congress. We know we're belittling your intelligence when we come out and say it's because of climate change, then all these humanitarian issues. We know that. Just like we know we're belittling your intelligence right in your faces when we say Trump's an existential threat. And all of these charges are legit. We know you guys know what we're doing. But so what? That's what, you ever have somebody do that in your face? It's almost like they're daring you to do something. It's like, I know you see me. I know you see what I'm doing. But what you gonna do? And it makes you feel helpless watching this. And you're going, they're evil. Blatantly, openly evil. Isn't it more of us than them? How are they able to get away with this?
The charges today acknowledge the very obvious. The border is broken because Mayorkas broke it.
Yeah.
Dereliction of duty and systematic refusal to enforce our immigration laws, also lying to Congress about the extent of the damage he had done. That's what he's charged with. And while all this is happening, the Biden administration was funneling your tax dollars to NGOs, nonprofits all across this country, all across Central and South America, who are working to shove as many fake asylum seekers as possible into your country.
Well, look at that. Just like they was flying all of these illegal immigrants right into the country, putting them on buses in the middle of the night, shipping them all over the place, and in the cloak of darkness, secretly coming together, but yet they're trying to stop it. They're trying to stop it. Yeah. As they send nonprofits out there that they're funding to encourage this mess and facilitate it. And yet, they're trying to tell us Mucus is doing his job. Oh, he's doing his job. That they hired him to do, that they put him in office to do. He's doing exactly what they wanted him to do. And yet, we got to sit there and take it. Because we got people like Mike Johnson, who is okay with this crap for signing legislation that would allow them to continue to do stupid stuff like this.
Recently, a Queens nonprofit called La Jornada, which has taken in loads of cash from the Biden government, was caught illegally creating fake residency paperwork for illegals in New York City, allowing them to get fake IDs.
Hold me down. Can you believe this? But yet, the Republicans are always pushing this replacement theory, narrative, this conspiracy that where the Democrats are trying to turn these people into votes. You know what? It's nothing but white nationalism driving this narrative. And yet, you got nonprofits out there helping these folks get IDs. Now, what party wants a raggedy voting process who's using black people as an excuse to say, well, actually, they don't need IDs at all? And so you know what? They need IDs. So for now, what we're going to do is have our nonprofit help them get fake IDs.
What do you think comes after they get fake IDs? The Heritage Foundation releasing this video we showed you.
Shouldn't some charges be brought up on these people? Nobody's going to look into this. Where's Mayor Garlick? Where's the feds? I mean, could you imagine a right-leaning nonprofit doing anything like this? Do you understand how quick the feds would have came in and shut that mess down? But nope, we find out about it, and what happens? Nothing. That's what is so disheartening, because we found out about a lot of this stuff, and what happens? Nothing. This mess should have been shut down when we discovered that Boeing 747 in the middle of the night flying in illegal immigrants. It should have been shut down when we found out that Mucus created an app that allowed these people to easily come and show up at our border talking about, I got my appointment for my asylum for some reason. Well, what reason are you stating that you need asylum? Some reason. That's it. Or some reason. Okay, come on in. All of this should have been shut down. But we got a corrupt government that is abusing its power, that is betraying the people and their oath right in front of us. Right in front of us, man.
Just a couple weeks ago.
We discovered that this organization is openly distributing fraudulent residency and ID NYC paperwork, allowing anyone to obtain a government-issued New York City ID.
Look at this.
No más, solo tienes que cerrar. Sí. Quería que me firmen esto y ya vuelvo.
How will the Democrats explain this? Why aren't they showing this all over the fake news? Oh, because they're okay with it too. Yeah. And they'll probably say, you know what, this is not real footage. This is nothing more than a right-wing conspiracy. It's all staged, it's CGI. Yeah. And yet you got them on video. Right now, all of these people should be in prison. All of them. All of the money that our government paid these people to do this should be accountable. Somebody needs to pay a price for this. But you think that's going to happen? Especially when the Democrats won't even have a trial for Mucus. You think they're going to come down hard on these people? No, they got all of their prosecutors chasing Trump around and keeping him in court and all of that stuff. That's what they got. Look at that. There you go. Welcome to America. That's how you vote. Where you shouldn't be able to vote. Our elections are so screwed up. I'm telling you, man, we're like salmon right now. We're swimming upstream. Lucky we got the muscle to do it. Let's continue.
Well, so tonight, Heritage releasing video of a new video, this one from a nonprofit that works out of Mexico, which has been handing out flyers.
Oh, okay. So we're getting a double dose. Just in case a lot of illegal immigrants aren't interested in coming to America, just in case they're happy where they are, let's go send recruits down there. Let's not just wait until they get here and have our little nonprofits up here helping them come in and facilitate them and helping them get their ID so they can vote. Let's get a recruitment agency going too. Let's go down there and get them. Yeah, don't let them just come on their own. No, go get them. Bring more. So now we got them down in Mexico and up here. Somebody, man, ooh, I'd like to get in the ring with these folks. In the ring. Not on the streets, not against their will. In the ring. I want to get in the ring with all of them. I take on all of them. Send Mucus in there with me. I wouldn't even be like one-on-one. You can send all of these raggedy Democrats and globalists that's responsible for this in the ring with me. Make them sign something. I'll be like, is that everybody? Can we squeeze some more in? Get them all in here. I take on all of them. Boy, they come out black and be like a cartoon. All you see is a cloud of smoke, arms and fists and feet. Everywhere. Look what they've done to our country.
That read, reminder to vote for President Biden when you are in the United States.
What the heck? Oh, man. Trump, I pray that God allows us to really deal with this at some point. I mean, I hope God allows Trump to get in office and wreak havoc on these people. Look at this. All of them need to be shut down. So reminder to vote for President Biden when you are in the United States. We need another 4 years of his term to stay open. But I thought illegals aren't supposed to vote. Isn't that enough right there to shut down this operation? If there's a threat to our voting process, you see these people encouraging these people to come into our country and vote. And we're supposed to trust that our voting process is legit. We're supposed to trust that these Democrats don't have an invested interest in these people coming. No, they're not bringing them for votes. They just got organizations out there encouraging them to vote. Organizations that are linked to the Democrat Party. Organizations that are being funded by the Democrat Party in this government. Yeah, but they're not even checking these organizations. They're not saying, hey, man, whoa. We're not giving you money to help these people get IDs. This man, you know what? We want election integrity. We're going to withdraw the funding. They're not even checking to see the wait. That YouTube logged me out. They're not even checking to say, hey, look, this organization down in Mexico that we're funding. Hey, you can't be putting flyers out there that says that. You're going to have the Republicans suggesting that we're doing this for nefarious purposes, and we're not. We're doing this because these people are coming for asylum and a better life. So get that flyer out of here. They're not even doing that. They know it. They probably sat there and coordinated. Here's a flyer. When you hand out this, we want you to give the people this flyer saying that remember to vote for Joe Biden.
We need another 4 years of his term to stay open. Does it make sense now? Heritage Foundation putting a call to the NGO's director. Here's how that phone call sounded.
In all honesty, we're just trying to help as many people as possible before Trump gets reelected.
Yeah, that's all it is. Yeah, we're just trying to help. No, you're trying to help your organization and you're trying to help your party stay in power. And you're lying about it, talking about that. We're just trying to help as many people as possible before Trump get reelected. First of all, you recognize that Trump is about to get reelected. That's the first thing. I appreciate that. But secondly, when he gets in, I hope that he empowers so many ICE agents. I mean, I wouldn't even be mad if he sent the National Guard through the cities to collect these people. I wouldn't even be mad. He's sticking them on his own citizens. No, not his own citizens. He's sigging them on illegal immigrants that the Biden administration allowed to come in here, and they're swooping them up. They're not taking American citizens out of here. All illegals. Round them up. I hate to say it, man, but they've been duped by the Democrats. And they're hoping that Trump won't do anything about it if he does win, because it's just overwhelming. Fine, just let him stay. Nope. Go down with the ship. Until my last day in office, I will be deporting these people. That's what I would be doing if I was Trump. All right, Mr. President, we got about 8 million out. We still are looking at it. You got 2 weeks left. Should we pull up? Nope. Nope. To the day I'm out of here. Deport these people.
So.
We're in the same boat. Oh, boy. This, man, is in my gut. This hurts. It's deep down on the inside, man. Yeah, I got to suppress the anger when dealing with this. This is treason. I mean, do you understand how all the stupid mess they're going after Trump for? And look what they're doing. Look what they're doing.
You get it now, right? This is what they've done to immigration. The state of immigration under Joe Biden, a full-on globalist assault on the wealthiest country in the world. Their agenda is to spread this country's wealth as much and as far as possible. Our government is in on the plan, and they have their own very insidious agenda, and it all revolves around keeping Joe Biden or whoever else they throw up in power for as long as they can. And that's why you have 17, 20 million new neighbors in this country that are all sitting in hotels and shelters and tents, waiting for more of your money, waiting to be made into citizens in this country.
And as powerful as that reporting was, it also hurts because they're doing it openly in our face. And we're sitting here going, they did what? Hold on, they're in hotels? They get cards? They're flying them over? And we got to pay for this? And let us miss some tax payments? See what happens to us? Yeah. Let us start talking about, nah, man, we ain't paying nothing. Well, man, all our money shouldn't be going to these illegals in Ukraine, because these are the two biggest projects for the Democrats. Send money to our illegals, send money to Ukraine, and some of our rhinos. And it hurts because we appear to not be able to do nothing about it, but we got to do something about it in November. Because if we don't stop this and reverse it, we are done. The only way after that, if we don't win, only way after that to resolve this and try to remotely get our country back to where it should be, I don't even want to suggest it, but either a national divorce or something even crazier, which God forbid we ever get to that point. But these people, man, they are adamant about taking us to that level. They're trying to take away everything that we have to combat this legally. That's what they're trying to do. I mean, all of the institutions and the processes that allow us to be able to reverse this, when we sitting back relying on these things, going, man, okay, it's cool. We get the vote. What? They're messing up the voting by bringing all these people in to vote. So what if this happens and we lose because of all of these people that they brought in? You take that away from us? And then while we're looking at another 4 years of these raggedy people, you think they're going to stop with the illegal immigrants then? You think they're going to say, well, we finally got enough? So, guys, we need prayer for our country. And prayer for my nerves. Dang on it. Burns me up to watch what they're doing to the most beautiful, powerful country on the globe. And they're tearing it apart in record-breaking time for selfish goals and agenda. So, yeah, it's up to us to stop this, man. November cannot come fast enough. As much as I love summertime, love it. I'm willing to blow through the summer real quick just to get to November. Real quick. So God bless y'all. God bless America. Man, pray for the country. Pray for each other. You know, and we'll see. How in the world does he know this? He knows when I say, God bless America. God bless the country. How do you know that, Gizmo? You be in the other room chilling. And soon as you hear me say that, you come a running. Such a smart dog with that little feet. Look at that. You know what? I was mad just a second ago. You done brought me out of my emotions. And Gizmo done cheered me up. He's my comfort dog. I was about to lose it. Thank you, Gizmo. You calmed me down from doing something reckless. Anyway, I love you guys too. Thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Don't forget to hit that like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other platforms. This number right here, if you text MAGA to that number, you know, we'll lock you in. Feel free to check out Kevin's Corner Store. And if you want to support the channel, you can always do that through my PayPal and my Cash App. The link is below. Other than that, let's get out of here and unwind from all of this information that we can't do nothing about, right now. Just got to sit back and say, well, it's nice to know as they continue doing it. Burns me up. Let's bounce. Who's scared? Not me. That's why I'm still here. You two trying to scare me out. But they can't do it. I know you see the way we tear up the place you're in. See y'all tomorrow. Kevin's going to take care.